Coming up on the news at noon, tracking teen violence in the district. One teen is dead and 5 others injured in 4 shootings since Tuesday. What a D.C. educator is proposing. And later, Fairfax County Police expected to release body cam footage today from the deadly officer-involved shooting near Tyson's Corner Center last month. What we can expect.
And we are seeing a mixture of sun and clouds right now, but we did track a few showers early this morning. Those showers will linger into the afternoon, so definitely keep it here. We'll look at that timing, guys, coming up.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for Mark Hall. Developing now, 16 shot in the district in just 36 hours. The first happened Tuesday afternoon on 3rd Street in Southwest. A teen was shot and taken to the hospital just a few hours later in a double deadly shooting, and that was off of Alabama Avenue Southeast. A 16-year-old died and a 15-year-old was injured. Last night, 2 back-to-back shootings. 2 teens were shot just after 5 on New Hampshire Avenue Northwest. Now, minutes later, another teen was shot off Minnesota Avenue in Southeast. Now, police are investigating all of these shootings. They're part of a troubling trend here in the district. DC News Now's Lex Juarez joins us from DC Police Headquarters with more on a report that shows just how much our kids are being impacted by violence.
Yeah, that's right. And that report coming from the DC Policy Center actually shows that DC kids are exposed to violence at a higher rate than other kids across the country. Now, that report was actually written by a DC principal named Jasmine Brand. She sees firsthand how young people are impacted by violence, and far too often it's personal for them, getting hurt themselves or their friends getting hurt. According to the report, 7.4% of DC children were victims of or witnesses to violence in their neighborhoods in 2020 and 2021. That, as the national average, only sits at 3.8%. Well, Brand considers this report to be a call of action for the rest of the community.
Whether you're in education or not, everyone has a role and responsibility in supporting our young people. So get involved with your local school, get involved with organizations which support students and young people in some way through donations or just the gift of time.
Well, this report also pushes for more mental health services in schools. And as far as what our community leaders and city leaders are doing about this violence in our youth, well, Mayor Bowser did just present her 2024 fiscal year budget to the council yesterday. And part of that budget was extra funding for more recreation centers and after school activities for our young people. In Washington, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
In about an hour from now, the body cam footage of Fairfax police shooting and killing a man last month will be released by that police department. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile is in Tyson's Corner with reaction from the man's family, who have already seen the footage.
Timothy Johnson's mother and the attorney for the family were shown that body camera footage on Wednesday. Johnson's mother, Melissa, said it was tough to watch the video that she says was about 8 minutes long. Now, the incident before that shooting happened started near this Tyson's Corner Center behind me. Now, 37-year-old Timothy Johnson was shot and killed by Fairfax County Police about a month ago after officials say Johnson was accused of shoplifting a pair of sunglasses. On Wednesday, after watching the body camera footage, the family's attorney said what happened to Timothy was an execution. Melissa Johnson said the video that she and her family's attorney saw showed about 8 minutes of officers chasing her son into the woods, yelling for him to lay down and stop running. On February 22nd, 2 Fairfax County officers chased Johnson to a wooded area by Tyson's Corner Center. In that area is where they shot the 37-year-old who was hit in the chest. Right after the shooting, police say they didn't know if Johnson was armed at that time, but after a later search of the area, officials said no weapon was found.
Officers Sadler and Shiflett did not know his name, did not know his age, did not know where he went to school, did not know the names of his children or anything about his past personal or judicial history. The only thing they knew was that he was black and male and had allegedly triggered an alarm from a store for some sunglasses.
This was an execution by Fairfax County police officer.
Fairfax County's top prosecutor said he has also seen that body camera footage and said over the next few weeks he'll make a decision on the best move forward in this case. Now that body camera footage is expected to be released to the public at 1 o'clock this afternoon. In Tyson's Corner, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now.
The CEO of popular social media app TikTok spoke to a congressional committee yesterday. TikTok and its Chinese parent company ByteDance are under pressure from U.S. officials over security concerns. So influencers from the app also gathered at Capitol Hill to stop the app from being banned yesterday. Some creators say the app allows them to support their families. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley led the charge to ban TikTok from federal government devices. He now wants it banned nationwide, and he promises those who made money from TikTok will find another platform to succeed through.
There are TikTok influencers that are here on Capitol Hill advocating, saying that this is their livelihood that they're talking about. What's your message to them?
I promise you there will be new platforms like TikTok that will absolutely come into the space. My concern is with Beijing using it as a backdoor into people's private lives.
TikTok has attempted to talk to Capitol Hill with their Project Texas plan. Now, this would move all users' data's servers owned by U.S.-based tech company Oracle. All right, Brittany Ward joins us here with a check on the forecast. Brittany, it is nice outside, but you know, the rain, you could keep it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it all to you today, Shanika. When we are heading out the door, we're going to be continue seeing those rain showers as we head into the later half of our day. But right now, we are seeing a break in that pattern. Take a look at satellite and radar. We saw some passing showers earlier today, mainly off to our north and portions of DC. You guys got some soggy weather as well. We got some reports of actually a rumble of thunder there in Hagerstown. So overall, soggy start to our day. Right now, you can see some clearing happening around the Beltway, portions of Montgomery County, and just a little portions of Frederick. But as we head into the evening hours, that's when we start to see those rain showers return, and those clouds will be returning as well. Temperature-wise, man, we are still fairly warm out there. 61 currently in DC, mid-50s as you head further off to the north, and then as you head further off to the west, we start to see those temperatures dip down mainly into the lower 50s. Overall highs today, again, will be on the warm side. We're talking about 70-degree weather. Today will be the warmest day out of the work week. The high in DC expected to be 76, 73 there in Hagerstown, 72 as you head over there to Cumberland. So definitely going to be a nice warm day despite the rain. This is what we're keeping our eye out on. This cold front will move through late tonight into the overnight hours on Friday. That's going to be bringing the additional rain we're going to be seeing, and then behind that cold front we're going to be seeing cooler air. Our highs on Friday will struggle to get out of the 50s, so definitely keep it here. We'll time it out for you, Shanika, in just a bit.
Rainy days ahead. Thank you, Brittany. The Federal Reserve is raising its key interest rate by 1/4 point. Now, it comes amid turmoil in the banking system. The Federal Reserve says this hike is necessary even after the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Democrats blame the banking collapse on relaxed regulations during the Trump administration. Meanwhile, Republicans say they are worried about how the situation is being handled. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has the latest.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell announced another interest rate increase Wednesday, this time by 1/4 percentage point.
The process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go and is likely to be bumpy.
Powell says it could be several years before the central bank hits its target.
Inflation has moderated somewhat since the middle of last year, but the strength of these recent readings indicates that inflation pressures continue to run high.
The Fed chair says the increase is necessary even after the recent collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. On Capitol Hill, Democrats blame the stumble in the banking system on rolled back regulations during the Trump administration.
It was poor supervision and a rush under Trump to deregulate that caused the banking crisis.
But Republicans say they are more concerned about how the Biden administration is handling the fallout now.
Working people in Missouri are being charged to pay for the Silicon Valley Bank bailout. I'm totally opposed to that.
The uncertainty in banking systems has banks losing customers. That's squeezing their ability to lend, especially on items like cars. There are some ways to stretch your dollar when it comes to loans during the banking crisis. So experts say to look outside of your area. Small towns are likely to negotiate. And don't be afraid to shop around for banks that give you the best loan. And a new report says consumer complaints about customer service are at a record high. And as many employers struggle to hire staff, nearly 3 in 4 Americans had a problem last year as a customer, up 6% from 2020. Now that's according to new data from Customer Care Measurement and Consulting. Our consumer reporter Ben Dennis speaks with shoppers who all have different takes on what they are seeing.
Is it a good experience? Is it a bad experience?
Good experience.
They seem to be lacking a little bit.
Customer complaints at an all-time high. Nearly 3 in 4 Americans had a problem last year as a customer, up 6% from 2020. That's according to new data from Customer Care Measurement and Consulting. When they surveyed consumers in the mid-1970s, just 1 in 4 consumers shared complaints. What gives?
Do you think that there's a lack of person-to-person experience these days?
I totally think there's a lack of person-to-person.
The National Customer Rage Study says rental, medical care, banking, and delivery services are among the top industries dealing with customer frustrations. And this comes as employers are looking to hire.
I think people are grabbing at straws and trying to figure it out themselves.
An estimated 10.8 million job openings nationwide and 180,000 active job advertisements in the DMV. That's according to Arlington County's Department of Human Services.
There seems to be jobs out there, and there seems to be people who need work.
And despite the old saying, the customer is always right, some consumers understand problems trying to fill the payroll.
It seems like businesses that figured that out and maybe cut back some of their overall service seem to do better than companies or places that are trying to do what they used to do and they can't.